So today we're going to be talking about one of the main McLiberals that exist on the planet, and that is Amy Schumer. If you don't know, she was an avid Hillary supporter. I'm not sure where she stood on the Bernie debate, but I'm sure she was for Hillary over Bernie as well. She's actually, I believe, a niece or a cousin or something of Charles Schumer, so that's already not a good sign, but even though that wouldn't be necessarily a defining characteristic. But as you guys know, the whole wage gap thing is a complete myth. What that did is it just takes all the money made by women and all the money made by men and divides it up by hours, which doesn't account for any details whatsoever. But here's an interesting story. So this says Amy Schumer felt the need to ask Netflix for more money after finding out how much Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle were paid. So now this is an ongoing debate, and this is one where it basically is like I had recalled that there was the women's soccer team trying to get paid the same that the men's soccer team do. And now here's the problem with this, okay? The marketplace that they are based on is not a set defined one, but rather one in which it is dependent upon how popular it is or how the ratings are doing and things like that. So it shouldn't be some person deciding that it should be the same because of all the pacing problems, and also because you're not worth the same in terms of the market value. So things like minimum wage, now that's different. And literally working the same occupation in the same field with the same job at the same department is far different from you're in literal separate leagues. You're in different entities. And my position is that no, that's not how it is, and that is, it's just not how it works. I'm sorry, and this is just a sad joke. Like Amy Schumer, you think, and actually Amy Schumer has a history of stealing virtually all of her jokes. None of her jokes are her own, which is sad. And I had seen this compilation of YouTube. It's like an hour long or something of just stolen jokes. Every joke that she tells is stolen from somebody else. So she's just a sad joke. And of course she's a Hillbot and one of those, fake. She's really an SJW. And I don't like using that word because I think that it's falsely attached to people like Bernie Sanders when it's not true. And the mere idea that Amy Schumer should be paid the same amount as Dave Chappelle, the literal god and the king of comedy. If you haven't seen the skit Black Bush, you are missing out on life, because that is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And his I believe it was Killing Them Softly, or is he Killing Them Slowly? I don't know, but that was one of the best. That's actually the best, because I don't watch much stand-up comedy. That was the funniest stand-up comedy I have ever seen in my life. And Chris Rock is really funny too, so don't get me wrong, and I think Chris Rock is leaps and bounds ahead of Amy Schumer. So the mere idea that these people are on the same field is a sad, flat joke. And this article is from Blavity. They say, yesterday people reported about a story that comedian Amy Schumer insisted she be paid more upon the finding out how much Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle were paid for their Netflix specials. The news came from a story by Variety all about women and equal pay in the entertainment industry. And here's the problem, and this is my problem, okay? There should not be equal pay in an area where it's not the same job, okay? Everything varies in that, and in the industry, you're going to get paid different amounts depending on where and what opportunities you get. So this is the problem. This is where it gets too far, and it's not right. It says, while Chappelle and Rock were paid $20 million for their routines, Variety claimed Schumer had been paid $11 million for her The Leather special taping. Apparently, Schumer was able to raise her pay after negotiating with Netflix and bringing up the point about how much less she was being paid than Rock and Chappelle. That triggers me hardcore. Why is she even being paid $11 million? Why? She's not even funny and she steals all of her fucking jokes. So this is so stupid. And they go on to say, is this really a gender issue or is this a talent and higher ranking issue? It's almost like if a new employee demanded to be paid as much as the manager, how else can we put this? And then this person puts it perfectly. Absolutely perfect. This person says, I'm all for wage equality, but one, she's not funny. Two, would you ask for the same pay as the VP 30 years experience when you're at a quarter level 5 out of 10, 510 experience? So this is totally true. And what you want is a living minimum wage, and you want to make it so that if you are working the exact same job at the exact same store with the exact same experience and the exact same level of work, you are getting paid the same. But this idea that somehow you can magically rank Dave Chappelle and Amy Schumer at the same, and all of a sudden now you're the company not bound by the government but bound morally to pay her the same as them is stupid in its own right. But also I would say that they're not even the fucking same. And everybody's against this. Everybody I have seen, because Amy Schumer is not funny. She steals her jokes. She's a hillbot, and she's a social justice warrior. And she sucks. Period. That's it. What's up, guys? It's Saul Hill here. You guys are watching The Progressive Voice. Make sure you guys click subscribe down below. We're fighting Donald Trump tooth and nail, and we need your help.